my non-binary pals. Welcome to The Vocal Minority, with Nick and Steve broadcasting live on the Really American Media platform. You all have joined us just in time for our political week in review. Keep in mind, champions, this is all need-to-know news. News you need to know. It's been another wild boar of a week, oink oink. So hop to it, boys. Let's get this dumpster fire under control before we start our weekend.
All right, we are rip-raring, roaring, ready to go. It's Friday, biatches, you bastards. Let's get political week in review right into the machine, and we'll start rolling, pressing play.
Sure.
We got clips today, Steve.
We've got things.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, go to thevocalminority.net if you want to contact us directly. Otherwise, you can just watch and listen. And, of course, interactive. Play along at home there. Go to the comment section. Get vocal.
We hope so. Oh, there we go. I see a few people loading into the chat now. We're trying to work on this thing behind the scenes. I don't know how hard it's being worked on, but we're trying to get on the air earlier, like prior to 3, where you could like sit in the room and be like, oh, they're coming. We can't wait. So hopefully we'll have that soon.
We want to be like your favorite concert you go see, where you're just sitting there going, I'm here. When's the band coming out?
Yeah.
That's what we want you guys to do.
Yeah,
sit there and wait for us to decide when we're ready.
Yeah. There's nothing egotistical about it. We just want you to get comfortable, you know?
Yes. Have a drink, take a hit, whatever you're going to do, you know? So,
speaking of which, it's Friday. It's time to have a drink and take a hit. You know, the weekends were made for chillaxing, relaxing.
yeah. Either any kind of laxing you want to do, chill,
Yeah.
etc.
Either or.
Yes.
What'd you think of the week on a news scale of 1 to 10? Like, what do you give it?
Oh, I don't know. Nick and I were not here Tuesday because I had a mild mental breakdown over just exhaustion from all of this stuff. So I didn't pay attention for a day and a half. So it's been the best week in quite a while.
Good, dude. Good.
Look at it that way.
Hey, you know what? What you're talking about is a real thing. It's called political fatigue, and a lot of people are feeling it, and you're not immune to it. Basically, you're in the cesspool 24/7, so taking a day once in a while is nothing I'll ever hold against you.
I appreciate that. I went out and rode the dirt bike, and I got high. I got real high, 10,000 feet.
Ooh.
I also got stoned, but I got real high up in the mountains, so it was a good time. I enjoyed myself.
Nice.
Don't
Nicely
do
done.
drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, and don't start forest fires either, okay? Things are starting to
you
heat
guys have
up.
an echo of playback in the background? Oh, that's weird. Do you not have your echo off?
I do.
No.
Let me double check it, but yeah, I did. Yeah, I got it off.
I don't know.
Huh.
Okay, don't get in our heads, audience, okay?
Yeah.
Just here to cheer things on. Maybe it's on your end, huh? Did you ever do that?
Did you ever take some self-accountability, responsibility?
Always us, right?
Let's bring on the old man and get into some news. Need to know news, damn it.
This is Need to Know News. News you need to know.
Hello, Americans. This is Paul Harvey. Stand by for news.
Look at the interactive audience, but no X-laxing.
I do have a colonoscopy coming up, dude.
Do you?
Yeah, it's going to be my first one ever,
hope
so
so.
yeah.
You're of age. I had mine. Kennedy just had hers done. We're in our 50s now, Nick. So get her done. I was raring to go. I was there on my 50th birthday. Like, come on. I'm looking forward to this. Let's do this.
Yeah, and can you check my prostate while you're in there?
Yeah, exactly. Do whatever you got to do in there. But yeah, I saw Ryan Reynolds, your cousin, get a colonoscopy on camera a couple of years ago. And I thought, well, if Deadpool does it, I want to do it too.
So brave, dude, and inspiring people all over to do it. Stern used to do this thing called, I think it was prostate karaoke. Like they would, do prostate checks while you were singing karaoke.
Oh, fun.
It was
I don't know
entertaining.
how they do that. I mean, just a prostate check is not a colonoscopy. You understand that? right?
Correct. Yeah. But still something going in your booty when maybe you're not used to it. I don't know. You know.
That's just typical karaoke night in my house. So,
Right,
I don't know
yeah.
what that would be. But fun stuff. But yeah, the colonoscopy, you're out for that, which is fun. It's time traveling. Blows
Yes.
my mind every time.
I know, dude. My mom just got us, she was in surgery for 5 hours. And when I saw her at the end, I was like, do you remember anything? And she was like, I closed my eyes, I woke up, and now I'm here. I was like, that is marvelous, dude.
It's cool. Fun game, though. Try to see how long you can stay awake.
Yes.
like fight the sedatives.
Yeah.
It doesn't work very well.
Right.
But yeah, you're out, you're up, life moves on. So
This is a great question for people who haven't had a colonoscopy. Does your butt hurt afterwards?
No.
Okay, good.
they're gentle, Nick. They're
All right.
professionals. They use lube and put on some Barry Manilow in the background.
Oh.
It's easy breezy. The
All
worst
right.
part is the prep, where you got to cleanse everything. Afterwards, you're fine.
Okay. Well, let's take a little cleanse with a man named Tucker Carlson, who brings us yet another great news story. It's our headline story of the day. Let's roll back to a time in the political landscape when you saw the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States of America, wear some sort of maxi pad or small diaper on his ear after a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he was not president at the time, but yes, you're right.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, I guess that was he was campaigning, right, for his second term.
Yes,
And
that
yeah.
turned out. I forget.
Well, hey, there was a man murdered there. Let's not forget that. I think a lot of the time we just say, like, oh, that fake assassination attempt with Trump. Yeah, an actual guy died in that crowd, right?
Yes, a father, a firefighter, and all that stuff. Now, he was there in MAGA world. My sympathies go down a small notch because of that.
Right.
Like if you go to a Klan rally and someone kicks your ass, do I supposed to cry a river for you? Like, obviously the man didn't deserve to die. I'm not saying that.
Sure.
But a lot of people do feel that thing was staged, and I have a survey we'll talk about in a few minutes here that just came out about the alarming number of people that don't believe any of these assassination attempts. But the one in Butler, Pennsylvania is highly suspicious, not only because of the timing, like during the campaign when he was struggling. And,
Yep.
But yeah, I've seen a lot, and I hate talking like this, but I've seen a lot of the videos on the internet recently about the photographers that got escorted up to the front after the shots were fired, and you can see the American flag being lowered in the background.
They raised it. There was some really odd shit going on.
And Secret Service letting him stand up and put his, like, they don't let you do that. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always seemed odd, okay?
It has seemed odd. And, that's the thing with this administration. We see things all the time. We're like, can we really believe that? And we wouldn't have to feel that way so often if the man didn't fucking lie all day, every day. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, he is the boy that cried wolf. I don't think any other president, I don't think there's been any doubt, really. I mean, Lincoln or, well, Kennedy, there's doubt who killed him, but not
Sure.
that he was killed or whatever. Like, no one thought it was a fake assassination attempt. It was a real attempt that succeeded. But it's just, yeah, he breeds this culture of us not believing him. Just like with all the Iran war stuff. He says peace deal is close. I'm like, yeah, I'll wait till I hear that from them because I don't believe it from you.
Yes. Well, and if you think about Trump, I mean, we all know he's a complete narcissist, right? So if he really did get shot in the ear, the first thing you would want to do was release not only pictures, you would want to release the doctor's notes. And I mean, I know he did release Dr. Ronnie's notes, but, Dr. Ronnie, I mean, come on, he's got a lot to gain and not a lot to lose. So, yeah, and there's a million different reasons not to believe this.
The biggest evidence is the fact that his ear is fine.
Yeah.
You're telling me a part of his ear was shot off or enough to make him bleed, but his ear is fine.
Yeah.
I don't see any evidence whatsoever of any scar, any cut, anything. And it healed in a few days, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it could have healed immediately because we never got to see it. We never saw pictures of the damaged ear. We just saw a big maxi pad. And that was comical too, right? Because here we are in 2026, and I mean, there's all kinds of new bandages this day and age. Like, you don't have to stick a big diaper on your ear,
No, that is spot on correct. And as we've talked about several times since that happened, like, what happened with that? I never heard any follow-up, anything about the investigation into the alleged shooter. I don't even, is the kid's dead, right? Didn't they shoot him that day?
Yeah.
They did, right? But I've heard nothing. And normally, not only would there be medical information, but there'd be a pretty extensive report out. There'd be movies made on the topic. We all saw JFK. We've seen the Lincoln story. Like, there has been nothing about it ever since it happened.
And he would have never shut up about it had this been real. When you lie to someone, oftentimes you don't like bring it up because you don't want to have to defend it.
Right.
So, Tucker Carlson, let's see, whose podcast was he on? Oh boy, I don't really know who this guy is, and now I wrote his name down and I can't find it. Anyway, he was on a podcast. Okay,
Everyone's got a podcast. Whatever.
everyone's got a podcast. Okay, so oh, he was on Mario Knopfels' podcast. Okay, this just took place yesterday, and he had he brought up some really interesting points. Once again, I know the chat. Why are you guys playing Tucker Carlson over and over again? Well, because I mean, this is really interesting, and he has some insight into the inside world of MAGA. So, let's
And
listen
that's
to
what we're doing now.
yes, that's the goal. That's the point. Here we go. Tucker Carlson on Mario Knopfels' podcast. Come on.
I know that about Butler. I know that Trump shut down the investigation into Butler. That is a fact. Dan Bongino told me that when he worked at the FBI. And Dan Bongino himself was terrified when I spoke to him in December. It's such a long, boring story, but basically I came into possession, I beg your pardon, accidentally came into possession of a lot of the social media posts that we were told didn't exist that were posted by Thomas Crooks in the months and years before the shooting. And I was amazed that the FBI had lied about this. So I called Kash Patel, and I later called Dan Bongino, and I says, what is this? I'm not attacking you. It was the previous FBI administration that did this. It was Chris Wray, but what is this? And Dan Bongino became hysterical with me on the phone. I've known Dan a long time, for many years, and always gotten along with him. Whatever his faults, nice guy, certainly very nice to me. I never had a problem with Dan, ever. And that problem began when I brought this information to his attention, and he became a different person. He was clearly terrified. I didn't get it at first, but he was hysterical. And ultimately, after a long series of text exchanges, which I still have, and phone conversations, he said, "Look, take it up with Trump. He's the one who shut down the investigation." And that was, I think, the first or second week of December. I think it was the beginning of the second week of December. I have it written down. But that was the moment, and I realized, oh, wow, there's no good explanation for shutting down an investigation into your own attempted murder. Like, this is not what we've been told it was.
Yeah. Yes.
Pretty unreal, man. I mean, to get the inside scoop, that's pretty crazy. I mean, we all knew that, right? But to get the inside scoop, that's crazy.
Well, I was going to say, we know that the investigation was no longer active, but we don't know when or who shut it down or why they would shut it down.
Right.
I see no reason for Tucker Carlson, 2 years later now, to be making up this story, or even if he had it with Bongino a year ago. Like, why would he come out now with this if it was just some completely made-up story? So he is saying, from firsthand knowledge, Dan Bongino, the second in charge of the FBI, told him that Trump ordered it to be shut down. And then he got all frustrated and said, yeah, talk to Trump. He's the one that shut it down. So, yeah, as Fucker at the end there says, I'm sorry, Tucker, why would you shut down the investigation into your own attempted assassination?
Unless
it
wasn't real, right?
Yes, unless you don't want the truth to come out. You don't want people to be digging. Makes no sense.
This is what Tucker Carlson's saying is missing or suspicious. No manifesto from the shooter, Thomas Crook. Suggested motive isn't what we've been told completely. Social media posts like he was talking about in the clip. Motivation completely unclear despite extensive investigation into Thomas Crook. So we never got a reason of why this kid supposedly wanted the president dead. And now Dan Bongino has come out. He's publicly denied what Tucker Carlson said on X. He said, Nepo baby Carlson. He's saying he'll release more receipts, and Tucker Carlson is lying. Of course he has to say that now, dude.
Right. But now we're all in a fun position. Who do you believe more, Tucker or Dan Bongino? One of them is lying. One of them is not. I would, at the moment, tend to believe Tucker more than I would Dan fucking Bongino.
Yeah.
And to answer the question that someone said, like, he's just clearly lying and saying BS. I mean, he says he's got the text. He says he has the phone calls. Like, why would you make that assertion if you didn't have it? Why would you be putting your neck out here for any goddamn reason if you don't have something to back it up with?
Yeah.
So if you're saying that Tucker's lying, you're telling me I am just a pigeon, whatever your name is. You're telling me you believe Dan Bongino. So that's the story you're going with.
Right.
Bongino, yes. Tucker, no.
Yeah. And I mean, look, I hate both those guys, but I don't really know that Tucker has a reason to lie right now about this. And like, yeah, he does. He has the receipts, he says. So I hope that Dan Bongino continues to push him on this and he releases the text, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, retorting here because Tucker says whatever he thinks to stir up shit. Yeah, but again, so you're saying that Bongino was telling the truth. And I think Tucker's got a zillion topics he could just be making shit up on. So, and doesn't it make sense that somebody clearly ordered this to be shut down? And if Trump didn't want it to be shut down, would it be? No.
Yeah. I mean, when has Trump wanted any investigation shut down? I mean, listen, I'll play a clip later in the show where he's talking about voter fraud and he's talking about some of the documentation that they have that double, triple, quadruply shows the 2020 election was rigged. Like, there's still an investigation into that bullshit. The courts have set aside all information that they brought, but he just doesn't want to talk about this. That's crazy to me.
Right. And now I figured out your name. I am Tesla Pigeon. They can both be lying to some extent. Can they? One is saying a thing happened. The other is saying it didn't happen. Like, where's the gray area in there?
Yeah.
So again, I am Tesla Pigeon. You believe Dan Bongino, and that's fine if you do. I'm just saying that's kind of a precarious limb to put yourself out on.
Listen, I would not let either of these kids or either of these men babysit my kids. Okay, like I'm not saying they're good people. I'm just saying, yeah, it's kind of curious that Tucker says this and names Dan Bongino.
Right. Yeah, he didn't say some unnamed source, I got told this or I saw it in a chat room. He's Maverick. Expert marksman said if the bullet had really been that close to part of his head, he would have been blasted off, not a nick on the ear. Yeah, I mean, I've seen so many ballistic experts say that even if it was the perfect shot that just grazed his ear, a high velocity bullet going that fast, like it would turn some portion of the ear into hamburger. And they've done it. They've shot off pig ears and grazed it. I mean, it takes a chunk out because it's going very fast. Like,
yeah,
it wouldn't just be a nice little nick like you get shaving. You're like, oh, it's facial bleed. It bleeds a lot. Like, even that, though, you would see it. There would still be a freaking visible cut.
Dude, at the very least, it would have burned him. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course. There would be evidence. Yeah. And yeah, he would be running around showing it 24/7. So I guess this all, parlays in what I was talking about here, that new poll finds the majority of Americans are unsure if the attempts on Trump's life were real. Trump has been the subject of 3 assassination attempts, which I sort of take a little I have a problem with that.
What do we got? We got Butler, we got golf course, we got correspondence. Okay.
But there was more than that. I mean, in 2016, there was a kid that showed up at a Trump rally, tackled a cop, tried to get his gun away. All the other cops tackled him. He said, I was going to go shoot Trump. We had a guy arrested in Southern California with a truck full of weapons and fake passports and IDs. Like, what do you think he was about to do? And there was a guy arrested, I don't know, a month or so ago with what they called a Joker gun. It was a real gun, but it was painted like green and purple. And he was outside of one of Trump's other properties. So there's been more than 3 attempts, but if you want to talk about somebody with a gun pointed at his direction, which honestly, if that's the definition, the correspondence dinner doesn't meet that either. But okay, let's just say those are the 3 they're talking about: Butler, PA, Florida golf course, correspondence dinner.
Only one of which has a shot been fired.
Yeah, that's very true. So when given the options true, false, or I'm not sure, and asked whether each of these incidents was staged, a majority of respondents, and they said that they thought each event was either staged or, I don't know, I'm not sure. They didn't believe it. A plurality, about 45%, thought that they were real attempts. So essentially 55% of people, Americans, either don't believe it or just like, I don't know. Like,
something's rotten in Denmark. You know? Yeah.
Do you think JFK was killed?
Yes.
Do you think
it's black and white, right? It should be black and white. Like it either happened or it didn't.
Exactly. Someone's either lying or someone's telling the truth.
Yeah. Even my brother, who's big MAGA, like in the beginning when I started telling him, like, you really think he got shot? It just doesn't make sense to me. Fight in the picture and everything. He was like, oh, he definitely, that was, someone tried to take this man's life. And if I ask him today, he's like, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not, something's off. Something's weird.
I mean, that says a lot that even a mega guy would, after enough time at least, is saying, like, I don't know. That does seem awfully convenient, the timing of when it happened, the stage photography that was going on. I mean, and yes, I get that a real person died, and I think 2 other people were shot. I'm not saying they were firing, air bullets. Like perhaps it was meant to either graze him, shoot him in the leg, or shoot someone next to him. Like, I don't know, but it does seem highly suspicious. And the fact that Trump himself would shut down the investigation, according to Tucker Carlson, denied by Dan Bongino, seems a little suspicious.
We know based on history that Trump knows how to use those blood pellets. When he was in the WWF, I think he got hit with a chair or some shit.
Exactly. And this is what I'm talking about with East Maverick here. After putting all the photographers in front of the stage, they lowered the flag for a great picture. Like, I want to say some of these videos are conspiracy theory garbage, but I've watched several times what he is talking about. I can't figure out how it's not true.
Yes, and from multiple angles, by the way.
Right. I mean, you see somebody escorting photographers to the front of the stage during a shooting. You see the flag being lowered down. The Secret Service agents allow him to stick his head up. Like,
yes.
They should have tackled him and been like, don't put your head up. Like, are you kidding me?
And, I mean, everything happened other than Lee Greenwood piping over the speakers, proud to be, come on, guys.
And has Trump tried to capitalize on it since the event?
Well,
Has he hung a picture in the Oval or the White House of it? Has he sold merchandise of him? Like, come on.
All over, dude. All over shirts, as the fight. And, the only picture greater prior to the assassination attempt was his mugshot. This guy capitalizes on everything. So.
Yes, he does. All right. Well, speaking of disasters, it's UFC weekend, and I feel like the writing is on the wall. There's all sorts of stuff just imploding on this event right now, and I truly think it's going to end up being hilarious.
Let's get into it, dude, because, I haven't been following much as of late, so tell me what's going on with Fight Night, UFC America 250 on the White House lawn.
Well, first of all, I did a video on this, I don't know, a month or two back, and I said, everyone, we need to do a rain dance, not to do any cultural appropriation or anything, but we need to do a rain dance because how fucking funny would it be if their outdoor event got rained out? Because you and I have put on outdoor events before, and that's always a gamble you take, and you always have a backup plan to move the event indoors if you need to. Well, they don't have a backup plan, and no one thought that what would happen if in the dead of summer it started raining, like the humidity, the bugs, etc. So meteorologists issue warning ahead of the UFC event on Trump's birthday. A combination of extreme heat and risk of thunderstorms is in the forecast for Sunday evening, potentially affecting the outdoor event. Let's see. Forecasters are warning that hot human conditions could give way to scattered afternoon storms with potential for heavy downpours, lightning, and gusty winds throughout the evening and into the overnight hours.
You can't fight through lightning, dude. They kick you out of the pool for that shit. So, that's fantastic.
Or what if they don't? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Like every pool, every beach in America tells you to get. I would be willing to bet they're not going to cancel, postpone, move this. I mean, they're going to stick to this. And those poor fighters, if it's raining down on them, we've already heard the gnats are out of control. Dana White was at the White House a few weeks ago. I was like, holy shit, I didn't know there was gnats like this outside.
To combat those, they've got fans, not people, like big fans,
Right. And to counter the fans, they have lights everywhere, which of course bugs are attracted to.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic, dude. If they have them fight through lightning, I mean, that would be something. It really would be.
I don't wish any ill will. I mean, well, I don't know. I'm not a fan of any of these fighters that agreed to this because several, as we've talked about, prominent UFC fighters have either said, I'm not doing your Hunger Games bullshit, or I'm not performing for the Epstein file class out there.
Good.
Or there was one that was just like, I will never fight outdoors because what happens if it rains?
Right. Yeah. Even Joe Rogan, said like, this is a bad idea, dude.
Right. So there's that aspect. So, I mean, that's going to be a fingers crossed. There are apparently 7 fights, I think, happening. So this will span a few hours. So rain has a very good chance of hitting this private sold out little exclusive event. So there's that.
Okay, we did hear that there were going to be some big names that I didn't expect to be at this UFC fight. Is that still on the agenda?
That's the funny thing, because when we first talked about this a few weeks ago, I was gobsmacked. I was floored. Jaw was dropped. Like, I couldn't believe Adam Sandler. They're gonna show up to this. The Rock, Jason Statham, who I like, Guy Ritchie, great director. I mean, there were several celebrities that I could not believe they would have anything to do with this. And as it turns out, they don't want to have anything to do with this.
Were they ever? I mean, did they ever say they were going to be there, or did they just add these names to the roster?
It certainly seems like Dana White added these names, saying, like, these are buddies of mine. I'm going to tell them VIP treatment. They'll be there. They'll be there. So everyone announced Adam Sandler and The Rock and Jared Leto and Tom Brady, who Brady may attend. But here's the current roster, okay?
Goody.
Let's see here. Dana White admitted that he personally invited movie stars Adam Sandler, Jason Statham, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Mario Lopez. Debatable if he's a celebrity.
Right.
This article says recording artist Guy Ritchie. It's not Lionel Richie. Guy Ritchie's a movie director. He's not a recording.
Yes, that's right.
So ignore that. And Jared Leto, along with 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady. But according to Vanity Fair, several of those celebrities will not be there. A source close to The Rock tells Vanity Fair that he's not attending. Representatives for Sandler, Leto, and Lopez say they're not attending. Reps for the others did either not respond they either didn't respond or just said, I have no comment as to whether our client is showing up. The White House and the UFC did not respond to requests for the updated guest list. So I would assume Tom Brady will be there because he is a Trump buddy. But any of those others, I mean, Guy Ritchie, Jared Leto.
Dude, we'll know everyone who shows up. We're going to know you were there. So, I mean, even the people that gave no comment, I mean, we're going to know if you show or not.
Well, the whole reason they were invited is because they want celebrities. They want this to look like a, top-notch event and stuff. So, we're going to notice when either some or none of these people are there.
Right.
So, so that's funny. So their celebrity list also imploding.
Okay.
I've got more.
Please, dude. I love to see. I'm not a guy who hopes things fail for people, but I really do hope it fails.
For this particular guy, yes.
Yeah.
Ritchie directed Snatch. Guy Ritchie directed a lot of good stuff. Snatch is a great movie. He did the Sherlock Holmes movies, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Like, I'm a fan of the guy. I'm just doing this off memory because I actually like him. So couldn't believe he would have anything to do with it, and I don't think he will. All right, next topic of things imploding and causing controversies. Like, for some reason, the MAGA world, I hate that to some extent they have taken over the American flag. Kennedy, my girlfriend, was like, I have a flag in the garage. It's backwards because it's battle ready. Look it up. It's a thing. But she was like, do we really want to hang the flag? Like, neighbors can see it. I'm like, we are not giving that fucking flag to MAGA, okay? It is all of ours. We cannot let them co-opt it. But not only have they co-opted it, but they always shit a brick when anyone talks about burning the flag, even though that is a protected First Amendment upheld by the Supreme Court. They just apparently hold the flag in such high regard you cannot disrespect it in any goddamn way.
Right.
Unless it's for UFC fight night at the White House.
Yeah. Or unless you need a bathing suit last minute,
Exactly. We've talked about Kid Rock cutting a hole in the American flag and wearing it as a poncho. So ahead of the UFC Freedom 250 fight at the White House this weekend, people online are sharing mixed opinions about the outfits for the Octagon girls. These are the ring girls, they go on, round one, round two, all that stuff. So the outfits are red, white, and blue, but not just that color. They are some variation of the American flag, featuring sequins, flag designs, stars and stripes, short skirts. I mean, they look
classy.
Like the American flag puked on the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Like, envision that.
Classy. I mean, it sounds good to me, dude. That's the way we should always represent not only our country, but at the White House. Let's represent it that way.
Right. So the problem, of course, for all of these flag lovers is the U.S. flag code, which people just seem to ignore all the time. The flag I have in my garage, I liberated that thing from a MAGA moron who hung it out in nature. out on these dirt bike trails I ride on, and you're not supposed to leave the flag up 24/7 unless it's an all-weather flag. And if you go look at my flag, it's all tattered and torn. Like some asshole when Trump won the election 2 years ago put that thing out there. And after a week of it getting tattered and torn, I went and took it down respectfully, brought it home, and now it's hanging in my garage with respect and admiration. But these people don't seem to understand the flag code, which says you can't leave the flag out. It also says no disrespect should be shown to the flag of the United States. Specifically, the flag should never be used as wearing apparel, bedding, or drapery. No part of the flag should ever be used as a costume or athletic uniform.
Okay. Are we allowed to
all of the above?
Are we allowed to hug the flag? Does it say anything about hugging the flag?
If you're not in the Epstein files, you're allowed to hug the flag.
Okay.
Otherwise, stay the hell away from it.
Dude, all these guys, this is all fake, dude. Before Trump ever ran for president, half of these mofos never voted. They never gave a shit about politics. But now that Trump's in office and they're a part of this cult and everything else, they're putting on, wear an American flag. Like, so many of them haven't ever fought for that flag and have so little respect for shit like that. You think you want a sequin bikini, flag bikini, while let's just think of some of our sons and daughters that are over fighting a war. Like, he's so disrespectful, dude.
Absolutely. So don't burn the flag, but go ahead and sweat all over it with your armpits, with your crotch sweat, and treat it like a stripper's Halloween costume. That's fine in MAGA world as long as it's being done for Trump's amusement.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And I have one more reason that this whole thing is imploding and starting to draw some controversy.
Okay.
And this one might be the fucking funniest. Speaking again of the mega outrage, these little snowflakes who get so butthurt so easily. We all remember the Bud Light controversy when Bud Light issued a one-off can for Dylan Mulvaney, trans influencer. It was never sold, never distributed. They made it. Oh my God, you would think they, I don't know, wore the American flag and sweated all over it because MAGA world freaked the fuck out. Obviously, the Kid Rock stuff, this led to this major boycott of Bud Light. They dropped down from the top beer in America. I mean, company profits were hurt. Like, they did real damage to a real American company because they were so pissed off at Bud Light being
Yes. Yeah, they were trying to put the Clydesdales down. I mean, it was the biggest thing, to happen.
Right. So guess who's one of the main sponsors for the UFC fight? Guess whose logo is going to be all over this octagon?
Modelo?
No, Bud Light. God, it's right up for it.
Wow. Of course. I know it's Bud Light. That's crazy, dude. That just goes to prove, like, we'll take anyone's money, dude. It's just about money.
Yes.
And the whole Dylan Mulvaney thing, like you set up in that intro, if you remember, Dylan Mulvaney got one can sent to her as, like, influencer of the year. Here's we'd like to reward you, blah, blah,
Just
blah.
to commemorate her 1 year of, like, coming out as trans or whatever.
Yes. And no one listened to that. They were like, oh, Bud Light put this can out. It's available in stores and they're selling it. And they just shit all over this company. And you, as a small business owner, have always thought, I don't think about this because I don't own a small business or never have. You've always thought to yourself, like, oh, you attack me, like you're killing my employees, like you're killing these families of people that are working for me. And, you can say fuck Steve, but don't fuck me to fuck these people, know.
Absolutely. And Naomi, you're right. It's not real beer. It's carbonated pee. I don't like Bud Light, Budweiser, Coors Light. I don't like any of that shit beer. But still, they're a real beer. It's a real company. Those protests last year, or maybe it was 2 years ago, cost Bud Light an estimated $1.4 billion.
Yeah.
Kid Rock eventually ended up coming out and being like, all right, everyone, we can take our foot off their throat. Like, I think we're doing a little more harm than we meant. And, of course, Kid Rock famously never stopped selling Bud Light at his bar in Nashville.
Yes.
Pictures of him up there holding his Bud Light can and all that. But
I think I told you this during that whole protest, but I was going into Omaha to see my brother And I just happened to be on the phone with my brother, getting ready to leave for the vacation, and one of his buddies was on speakerphone, and I was like, "Hey, we'll have a little Bud Light." I was kind of poking my brother. It's like, "We'll have a little Bud Light when I get there." His friend told me, "Yeah, if you want to get shot." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, try and have a Bud Light here in Omaha. We'll see what happens. I'm not saying you're gonna be shot, but there is a good chance of it." I was like, "Are you fucking crazy?"
I will end your life if you drink Bud Light beer. I mean, Bud Light might kill you if you drink too much of it. But yeah, no, I mean, during that whole thing, I was at some birthday party at a redneck bar in northern Nevada. I went up to the bar. I was so bored. I didn't know anyone. It was a socially awkward thing. And they had like 20 different beers, and I saw Bud Light. I'm like, I want a fucking Bud Light. I want to walk around this redneck bar with my and everyone was shooting lasers at me. I mean, it's so sensitive, whiny little snowflake. Like, ugh.
But they'll all be tuning in to this UFC fight on the White House lawn with Bud Light as a sponsor. And
No, they're going to boycott it, Nick. They are not hypocrites. They stand by what they believe in. So
we'll see.
I expect no MAGAs to be watching this, or you're all a bunch of fucking hypocrites.
Yeah, we already know that they are, though. That's the problem.
Yes, they are. So
well, let's see if this bad boy fails. I know you were given a personal invite from some rednecks that were going to watch this fight, and you turned it down, right? You're
said,
still not going?
No, I'm not watching it. You kidding me? Listen, I will cover the political side of it, the news side of it. I have no desire to watch the fight. I'm not commenting on who won, like none of that shit. But I mean, so I'll follow the news of it. But no, I'm not going to some bar, some viewing party to watch this fucking debacle.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Let's just cross our fingers for rain, for bugs, for lightning and thunder, and I don't know.
And Sean's right. MAGA stands for nothing and cry about everything. So true. It's so funny they try to call us snowflakes. Like, those guys are the whiniest, sensitive little brats ever about everything. But of course, their emperor. Like, you say anything about Trump, there's what the fuck did you just say? Like,
dude, I passed this sign on the side of I-5, the freeway, once a week, and it's somebody in their house has put this sign up, and it says, "Leave President Trump alone." That's all it says, and I'm just like, you would put that in your fucking yard for everyone to see. Like, they love that guy, and it's all projection, dude. As far as, you guys are snowflakes, it's all projection.
I'll make a deal with you. I will leave Trump alone if he leaves all of us alone.
Perfect.
He stops fucking this country up and causing way more harm than any amount of good he could have possibly done. So
yes,
yeah.
Donezo.
Yes.
Let's get to some other stories about Trump not leaving this country alone and completely fucking us over. There's a lot going on with this Iran war. You brought it up a little earlier. President Trump has come out and said that this war is officially over. Okay? Now, this time for real.
Mr. President, on Iran, how confident are you that there will be a signing this weekend? Because you have come close to sealing a deal, but at the last minute it has fallen apart. And
it'll be soon. Maybe this weekend.
And has the Supreme Leader approved this deal, sir?
I understand the answer is yes.
And when this deal is signed, is the United States going to immediately lift the blockade?
Yes, that's true. That's part of the deal.
And
you'll have oil prices dropping like a rock.
And sir, have you actually secured an agreement on the discussions about the nuclear material and the nuclear negotiations?
Yes, conceptually on that, and nobody's getting close to it because it's buried under a mountain, basically.
Follow up on that. You have said before that Iran and the United States were close to a deal. It has not happened yet. Why are you so convinced that this time is different?
Because they've taken a pounding. I really believe it's a regime change because I find these people to be much more rational than the people that are no longer with us. We knocked out the first team of leadership, the second team of leadership. This is a different group, this is a different level, and I think it's frankly a smarter level, and it's a level that has reason. And they've all approved the deal, everybody's approved the deal. Now we'll get it finished up, and hopefully that'll be done.
Uh-huh.
You believe them, dude?
They have reason. At least one side does if they do.
Yes.
No, I don't believe him. I mean, I don't know if you've got it. I'm not trying to step on your toes, but CNN and The Daily Show both put out an excellent montage of him saying that for the last 90 plus days.
Yes.
So, no, I don't believe it. But I did read the summary of what this proposal is. And first of all it's doing, if it comes to fruition, is opening the Strait of Hormuz, which used to be open before we did the shit. And that's it. We're going to put off nuclear talks for another 60 days, and we'll just kick that can around. And Trump knows that the bar has already been set. You know, Obama's Iranian nuclear deal back in 2015 or whatever, like it guaranteed they couldn't enrich high enough to ever do anything with it.
Yeah.
So Trump somehow has to beat that. Then not only do you get whatever other concessions you think you want, but zero chance. But he's fucked that up left and right. So I don't believe that it's going to happen. But even when it does, because one of these days it has to, it's going to be a shit deal that gets us nothing. He's also releasing billions of dollars. Trump freaked out on Obama because he released, I think it was 1.5 billion in, seized assets. We're talking about 24 billion to give back to them. Open up the strait, allow their economy to get back online. They're asking for reparations for the damage we've done to their country. Like, what did we get from this?
From all accounts I've read, is that, we'll be lucky to get the exact same deal that Obama had that he ripped up, So, that's classic Trump. Spend money to get nothing, he just wants to put his name on something.
Start a fire and then put it out and take credit for putting out the fire.
Exactly. Yeah. So we'll see if it happens. I mean, he went on to say like, oh yeah, we're going to, the deal is actually probably going to be signed this weekend in Europe. I won't be there. JD Vance will be there, but
it's
I'm
my
not going to be there. It's my birthday. We got a fight coming on.
Wrestling at my house in D.C.
But did you notice also in that clip, the lady asked about the fact that, have you negotiated anything with the nuclear material? And he was like, no one can get it. It's deep under a mountain. Like you said, if we didn't attack them, they were 10 days away from having a nuclear weapon. Like,
when did it get buried? I'm confused.
Right. And this is why we don't fucking believe you got shot in Butler, Pennsylvania, dude, because you make lies up like this and contradict yourself every day.
He does. He lies constantly. So, yeah, of course it's hard to believe him. And yes, I mean, how are you going to get a better deal than Obama had? And I mean, it's all just, it's one bullshit versus another. We obliterated their nuclear arsenal a year ago. No. Now they're 2 weeks away from it. Well, now we can spend 3 or 4 months dicking around with them. Oh, it's buried so deep, no one will ever get it. But we're worried they will get it. So we're going to go in there and somehow get it. And that, like, you're talking out of both sides. You're fucking orange pie hole.
Completely. Yeah. I mean, I don't have any thought that this will be done and over this weekend, Then Trump had to say that, we've been stealing millions of gallons of oils from Iran, and they had no idea about it until just right now when I said it.
Yes. We're sitting on it. We're going to flood the market with it.
Yes, we're going to flood the market. And he talks about the fact that he was in Ohio and gas was, $1.68 a gallon. I scoured the internet. I was like, is there any possibility of truth that while he was there that he saw gas at 3 different stations ranging from $1.68 to $1.83? And it said, no.
He has a time machine.
It's not possible, dude. It's not.
He and Marty were back in 1955 looking at gas prices. No. And listen, it was funny, though. There was a report, it was before all this debacle started, where Trump was like, there's gas being sold for $1.99 a gallon right now in Texas. And if you look into it deep enough, it's true. There was one gas station doing this novelty one-day only event where it's like $2 a gallon, and then you come in, it was like, that was not the actual price of gas. It was some, little anniversary sale or something. So, yes, he lies about everything.
Well, have you? I just told you that Trump said that he had been taking billions of gallons or millions. I don't know if it's millions or billions. I can't remember exactly.
It's all made up, so
it doesn't matter, I guess. But Emily Sykes, Democrat Ohio House representative, was speaking during a House committee on energy and commerce hearing. She was questioning Energy Secretary Chris Wright. I found it to be an entertaining line of questioning. Here's Emily Sykes.
Are you aware that the United States was taking millions of barrels of gasoline from Iran in the Strait of Hormuz?
We are preventing the flow of Iranian oil through the Strait of Hormuz.
That is not the question that I just asked you. Were you aware that the United States has been taking millions of gallons of oil from the Strait of Hormuz?
Just not sure taking is the right word. We're preventing the flow of it.
Well, thank you. Mr. Chair, if I may, can I play some audio from some comments that President Trump made in the Oval Office?
Something you didn't know. Do you know we've been taking out
Let's suspend that,
barrels
please.
of oil. Nobody knows it. You know who doesn't know about it? Iran, until right now.
Mr. Secretary, it seems like you didn't know about this either. So why would the United States be taking out millions of barrels of oil from Iran?
Well, it's essential that we prevent oil sales from generating revenue for Iran to spend to develop nuclear weapons and oppress
Mr. Secretary, I understand this might be an uncomfortable line of questioning and you don't want to do it, but you are not answering my question. So I'm going to ask you again, did you know that the United States was taking millions of gallons of oil from Iran?
I'm unaware.
So do you think that the president is lying based on the audio that you just heard? And I will send it to you in case you say you didn't hear it.
Oh, no, I do not think the president's lying. I think the president's talking casually about our efforts to stop the flow of Iranian oil.
And war is casual? Do you think that it is appropriate to talk casually about war?
I think you talk to all different audiences and you talk in all different styles. But I don't have any serious objection to what he said.
You don't have any serious objection for someone talking about war casually. There are 13 service people who are dead. There are hundreds more that are injured. But we should be talking about war casually.
Yeah.
Yes. Boo to the fucking yah. Exactly. Do you not believe the president? He's just, he's just shooting from the hip.
It's bullshit.
Even if he was talking casually, he just said a fact thing. I mean, it's like he claims a fact. Like,
yeah,
we took hundreds of millions of gallons of oil and we're just sitting on it somewhere.
Yeah.
You're going to do what? And as Lindsay here points out, 100 million gallons, that's one day of global use. Like, you would have to be, you would have to have an ocean full of freighters that you're stockpiling somewhere to actually bring the gas prices down so quickly.
Well, yeah, and if you remember, like, when Biden was in office and gas prices were so high and we were struggling as Americans, that he opened up the reserve to try and lower some of those gas prices. But when you talk hundreds of millions of gallons, like he just said, it's one day's use, dude. It's really hard when you stop the cycle of oil production from moving around the world. So, yeah, 100 million gallons doesn't do much.
No, and then, okay, even if it is. So where is it? Show me the money. Show me the receipts. I want to know where the oil is. I want to know what refinery it goes to. I want to know where it's getting distributed to. I want to know that it's ending up in pumps in America, and I want to watch the price come down. I will wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me know when all that happens.
When they're talking about all this oil and taking oil from Iran, have you heard any of Trump's comments on Kharg Island? That he's talking about, obviously this is not some random island. This is Iran's primary oil export and handles the overwhelming majority of oil exports. Yeah, and he's been talking about, like, if we really wanted to go into Kharg Island, that'd be the thing to do. This was on Really Americans page. This is a fantastic clip of Trump on Fox News talking about taking over Kharg Island and what that actually means to us and what it means to him.
Look, my preference has always been take Kharg Island. That's been, Brian knows that. I spoke to him a long time ago. Lawrence knows it. I spoke to him a long time ago. I said my preference would be that. I don't know that America has the stomach for it, to be honest with you. You're going to make a fortune. But I don't know that America has the stomach. I think they'd like to see us come home. But we did it with Venezuela. Venezuela's worked out great for everybody. We've taken millions and millions of barrels of oil out of Venezuela. We brought them to Houston and various other places, Louisiana. Where refineries that we have that are incredible. They're going 24 hours a day, making a fortune. And, I like that in this case, too. But I'm not sure that America has a long time. It's a little longer process, something that's a guarantee if I want to do it.
Mr. President.
But I'm not sure the country has the appetite for it. Does that make sense to you?
I understand where
as good as it is. By the way, as good as it is, that's always been my number one thing. But as good as it is, I'm not sure the country has the appetite for it, and that's okay. I understand that.
Well, I mean,
So yeah, I mean it's worth this amount of money. Like, come on, you pussies! You don't. Sometimes you just got to lose some young people to. I mean, we're gonna make a fortune here.
Right. What could possibly go wrong trying to take over an island refinery off the coast of the people you're at war with?
Yes.
Nothing.
Nothing at all, right? And he always brings up Venezuela. Venezuela was good for everybody. I don't see dick from Venezuela, you know.
And we've actually seen major oil companies saying, like, geez, that's a slippery slope there. Like their ancient infrastructure and all the money and government instability, and Trump's gone in 2 years. How do we know? Like, so no, people have not been lining up. And if you're trying to tell me, Trump, that Venezuelan oil is getting here and it is bringing gas prices down, then what the fuck would gas prices be without that?
Right. Yeah, that's a good question. You know, what would it take to actually take Kharg Island? Obviously, it would, boots on the ground. Occupying it would require troops to just automatically become targets. I mean, come on.
It'd be a permanent takeover.
Yes. Yeah.
And of course, it's implausible. And by the way, they're not drilling oil on that island. That's the refinery.
Yes.
So they're drilling the oil elsewhere, taking it there. So what good would it do to take over their refinery? They're not going to keep sending oil out.
Right. And you're exactly right. It would be a permanent thing because someone's got to guard that. Someone's got to protect that now that we've taken it over. So, yeah. I don't think America has the stomach for it. What a shitty way to talk about our soldiers dying and what their lives are worth.
Don't have the stomach. You pussies. Otherwise, I would do it. Yeah. But yeah, everyone's going to complain. I'm killing people again.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, dude, we were talking about, I told you that Trump's all over this voter fraud thing. You know, Spencer Pratt is a big old loser in California. Fantastic news. Yes. We see another reality star shit the bed, and I love this so much.
And this will probably be the last time you ever hear us say the name Spencer Pratt.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, exactly.
Former reality star. Hey, remember that time he thought he'd be the mayor of L.A.?
Right. He's supposedly going to leave, to all those people. I see him on my page all the time of, like, people I grew up with, like, oh, Washington's so liberal and blue, like, we're getting out of here. I'm like, goodbye. Go, dude. Please
By the way, I believe he's threatening to move to, like, Santa Barbara. It's not like he's moving to Texas or something. He's not even leaving the state. He's just, fuck you, L.A. Because...
Right.
I think it's like 18% of registered voters in LA are Republicans. In MAGA world is like, how the hell did he not win the primary? Like, how did you think he was going to win? That would be the fraud if somehow.
Right. There were all these people leading up to this election, all these people from other states saying, oh, you know what? Since they don't require voter ID in California, we're all going to fly out to California, vote for Spencer Pratt. Go ahead, you dumb fuckers.
Sick of hearing that, but yes.
Yeah. So
Fox News kept trying to say you can vote with a gym membership in California. As a guy that lived in California for 20 years, you do not need ID when you go to the polls. You need it to register to vote. And I promise you have to prove your residency and that you're a real, a citizen. Residency and citizenship. And there are primary and secondary ways you can provide this and some supplemental things. That's where the gym card comes in. But this notion that you can just show up in California with a gold card from the gym, like, it's fucking preposterous.
Well, all this did, was, compel Trump to bring voter fraud back into the picture. So let's talk more about this. And leading up to the midterms, of course, he wants to talk about this shit.
Why aren't they doing it, by the way, if it's so fucking easy?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Why?
Because it's not that easy. That's why.
Yeah. And you're a crook, dude. We know you're an actual crook. You would be doing this.
Right. Nick's talking to right now, not me.
Yeah. Here you go. Here's Trump talking about voter fraud. I find this entertaining, I guess. I don't know.
Period. When I was president. So now they made it so that I wouldn't be president. And because they rigged the election, the second election, as you probably hear and probably know, most of you know that happened, and now it's been proven. And it will be proven as time goes by even more so. We have things that you won't believe. When we release the full files, you're not going to believe how crooked the second 2020 election was. But
fuck you.
Unbelievable, dude, that he keeps talking like when this happens, it'll be, you won't believe it. No, we don't believe it now. So if you really had it, what are you waiting for, dude?
Of course, because he doesn't have it, obviously. He's waited 6 years. Oh, it's coming in 2 weeks. And he did the tell. He did. You all know that's true. You all know. That's one of his tells.
Sure. Yeah. You've heard it. You know it. Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. And, you know, I did a story on this earlier in the week, I think. It's been a long week. But I included this piece from Harry Etten from CNN, you know, the polling guy, their data expert dude. And he made such a great point that this mega conspiracy theory about Pratt, you know, not winning, being in the top 2 of the primaries, like, it makes no sense. You're trying to say that the Democratic Party is controlling the votes in the state of California. So they rigged the election so that 2 Democrats would have to run against each other, which is not what you want. You don't want your party defeating each other. So what if they were rigging it, Spencer Pratt would have come in first. Bass would have come in second. That way it's a Republican versus a Democrat, and you just scared the shit out of everyone in L.A. that Pratt won the primary somehow. So the voter turnout would have been through the roof. So if you're going to rig an election, you don't rig it so the 2 Democrats have to think of all the time, the campaign money they're going to have to waste on each other, all the dirt slinging they're going to do. And that is not what the Democratic Party wants.
No.
It makes no sense. And this notion, again, that Mega's having trouble winning in red states right now. You think in fucking California, somebody like Pratt or Steve Hilton, who is he's in the top 2 for the governor's race. Yeah. He's a mega Trump supported guy. You think a Trump-supported candidate is going to win in California right now in this era? Like, how fucking dense are you?
Yeah. No, it's funny, dude. I mean, to hear all those people say, like, you know, it just doesn't make sense. I'll tell you, my brother said this during Joe Biden's election, okay? He's like, it just doesn't make sense, brother. I mean, I was watching. I was down in my basement watching. And Trump was way ahead. And then just like hours after, you know, days after all this blue starts coming in, it just doesn't make sense. I'm like, no, it makes perfect sense, dude.
I mean, first of all, it's counting, okay? They're just counting. Secondly, yeah, Democrats tend to do more mail-in voting than Republicans. They also tend to do more day of because Trump fucked with this whole mail-in ballot thing. Yep. So a whole bunch of people the day of dropped off ballots. California also checks every signature on every ballot. L.A. County, where this mayor race was going on, L.A. County has more residents, more registered voters than 41 other states in the country.
Unbelievable.
So they have a lot of ballots to count. And if a bunch come in from Orange County or something, that's going to be a Republican leaning. If a bunch come, like, it's a diverse state. I know people don't believe it, but there are Republican pockets, especially in Southern California around LA. So yeah, it's fucking math, people. When the numbers come in, we count. Otherwise, just count the first 10 votes and call it a day.
Exactly. Yeah. You just want to end the voting. You know, you just want to end the counting when you're still ahead in the very
Exactly.
beginning.
Whenever you're ahead, just stop counting. How is it changing? Like, fuck, man.
Some people have said that little Skippy Johnson, Mike Johnson, is the worst Speaker of the House that we've ever seen in this country. He was doing a radio interview just recently here, where he said the quiet part out loud. I mean, I guess I wasn't stunned that I heard him say this, but I was like, oh, wow, I can't believe he's just saying it outright. Listen to this.
And then we're going to lead up to what we have to do and address. The largest spending items, the reason we're in trouble is because over 74% of federal spending is on autopilot, mandatory spending. That's your entitlement programs like Medicare, Medicaid, and then things like Social Security. They have to be adjusted and fixed. We have a plan to do that next year, and it's critical because we're at $40 trillion plus.
Yeah, it's coming for it.
I wish the Constitution had set up someone to be in charge of spending. Like, I mean, if it was Congress, that would be perfect because Mike Johnson is part of Congress. So he wouldn't have to complain about being on autopilot and just look at all the spending we're doing. Like, who could stop this?
Who could do it? If there's anybody that could do it, please appear now. You know, the most messed up shit is
we're not cutting wars. We're going to go Social Security.
Hey, let's do the fountain, dude. Let's do some more fountains. Let's do a bunch of shit. You know, there was a guy named I think his name was Harry Balsack or something like that worked for Doge, that was cutting fraud, waste, and abuse that ended up costing us money. But all of these things that you're spending money on, this Trump administration that is spending money on stupid shit, including this war that we never should have been in, and you're still talking about taking Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare away from, the people I love, the people that work their whole life. Fuck you, dude.
Yes. Can I make it an amends or amend a previous statement?
Sure.
This is not a retraction, okay? It's a clarification. Now, I stuck my neck out a month or so back and no one liked it. No one agreed with me, and that's fine. But the picture that the AI-generated picture that Trump put out of the reflecting pool at the Lincoln Memorial, I was like, hey, it kind of looks cool in that light blue. And everyone was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm just saying, like, it does. Okay, that is not what has become a reality, okay? So now the reflecting pool has been filled, and it looks the exact fucking same as it did before. Maybe even looks darker than it was before.
Good,
So
yeah.
I stand by my statement. It was never going to be a good use of money, but if it had done what the stupid picture said it was going to do, I was like, hey, that kind of looks pretty, sure. But it's not what it did.
No,
So-
you had grand visions of this looking Bellagio-esque,
Yeah, I thought, hey, I know it's not a good use of money, but he's doing it. So I guess if it looks cool, then at least that's better than all this other bullshit. But it doesn't look cool. It doesn't look like what it was supposed to at all.
No, it looks dark, dude. I mean, it really does look dark. This flag blue doesn't come out as blue underwater, apparently.
Right, and it went from 2 million to 4 million to 10 million, and we got the ballroom, we got the Ark, we got just fucking everything we're pissing money on. But yeah, Social Security, goddammit, that needs to get cut.
Yeah,
not all of these invading other countries and making these vanity projects. And he's now trying to sink the Kennedy Center, not the Trump Kennedy Center.
Right.
That name should be off the building by now. They've been working on it all day. So
yeah,
fuck you. Another example of getting vocal worked. His name's been taken off.
Thank God.
Hoorah.
Yes.
His last minute attempt to have the court stop it failed.
Yeah.
But now they're doing something. They rewrote the bylaws that if his name comes off of it, that all the funding has to be returned.
Oh,
And there's
really?
already fiduciary lawsuits being filed of like, no. The board of directors is not allowed to shoot the entire nonprofit in the foot. You have to act in the best interest. So, I mean, talk about taking your toys and going home because you're throwing a temper tantrum. They're trying to just implode the Kennedy Center.
I was going to say, how petty, dude. That shows that you never, I mean, I'm not an idiot. You never had the best interest of this nonprofit at heart, so.
Of course.
Hey, Steve, before we leave today, I got a quick 40-second clip I want to play of, what's the, oh, God, I can't think of it. It just lost my brain. Anthony Scaramucci.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to see MAGA eating MAGA. Anthony Scaramucci's been all over the place as of late, just talking shit on people, and I love it.
Yeah.
This is a quick statement he made about Steve Bannon that I thought was, almost poetry.
What I said about Steve Bannon is true. He's the fucking worst person that you could meet on planet Earth. When you want a restoration of your faith in God, I want you to think about Steve Bannon because he's charismatic, he's well-read, he's conversant in our history, but God made him so motherfucking ugly to protect the civilization from him. He is literally the worst person that you can come across on the planet because he's a white supremacist. He would like to isolate the country. He would like to bring the country back into the 1890s and disavow the David Ricardo principle of free trade. He would want to push the black and brown people out of the country, and he would want to manufacture everything that the country needs inside the country.
It's that God doing us a favor. A shitty person that is so charismatic and well-read, but he's motherfucking ugly, dude.
That's funny. The only thing I take objection to is that he's the worst person in America or the worst person you want to meet. It's like, nah, Trump does have that notch, right above him there.
He's in the top 10, but yeah.
John here is saying it's not been removed, the name. I mean, what's the holdup? They've been working on it all day. So if it's not technically done by now, the crews are out there doing it. So it'll be done any time now.
Anytime.
They lost the lawsuit challenge. They have no choice. Today's the deadline. So they got till midnight. They want to dick around for another 8 hours and go ahead.
Yeah. Hopefully that name will be off there before midnight, dude. I mean, we've seen some of these orders defied in the past. Even the release of the Epstein files, that was ignored for, still. right?
Forever, still now.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. so,
All right.
okay. Thanks to everyone for chiming in today.
Yeah, no, appreciate you, dude. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and thanks for listening to the podcast, dude. We love having you around.
We do. And I am the Tesla Pigeon. We still love you. It's okay to disagree a little. We don't hate you.
Yeah, no, I don't hate you at all, dude. We're gonna get in a fight over fucking Tucker Carlson, dude. Come on.
I will fight over John Bon Jovi, but not Dan Bongino. I feel like they're related somewhere, right? But
yeah.
No.
It always plays mind tricks on you, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So there you go. Go to thevocalminority.net if you want to reach out to us. And yeah, everyone pay attention this weekend. Do your rain dance and I don't know, just help breed insects if you're in DC. Just leave standing water out through the weekend.
Send some negativity for America's 250 fight on the White House lawn. And yeah, we'll catch up and talk about it on Tuesday, okay?
And that'll do it for another edition of The Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve. Thanks for joining us on the Really American Media platform. Check out all our social media wherever good social media is found. Until next time, you tiny little bastards, good day.